Hey, I'm Erin. Thanks for joining me today. I'm a registered nurse health coach and am passionate about helping people have extraordinary results with weight loss. I have lost 125 pounds myself with Brightline eating and help my clients with their mindset, strategy, and to develop habits that create a sustainable, healthy lifestyle so we can get off the dieting roller coaster once and for all. Today, I want to explain a powerful exercise I use with my clients who feel overwhelmed, frustrated, or stuck. It is really helpful to do when you're struggling. Losing weight is such a mental game, and I find this really helpful when we get stuck because of those limiting beliefs. I call this exercise the thought inventory. If you remember from the clarity tool, we have to know and see clearly where we are right now in life and where we want to go or who we want to become. We are here and trying to get there. In between those 2 points is the how, the who, and the why. How we will get there, who will help us, and why it's important for us to achieve that goal. If you haven't watched the 7 Layers Deep video, I highly recommend understanding your deep why, because that is so key to finding the strength to overcoming any obstacle or excuse that gets in your way. Another important mindset tool to help us to get where we want to go, or even beyond what we ever thought was possible, is the thought inventory tool. We all have thoughts and beliefs about life, our bodies, our food, and our programs. We all have these stories swirling around in our heads that shape our belief systems. I kind of use the words thoughts and beliefs interchangeably, but really a thought is our perception of the circumstances and the world around us based on the information that we have. To process the world around us, we tell ourselves stories about the things that we perceive with our 5 senses. So thoughts are those stories that go on in our head. A belief is a little different. They are thoughts that you think are true, that you accept as truth, and you choose to keep thinking them. We develop these belief systems that shape our view of life and the world. Our thoughts and beliefs are so powerful, so powerful. They can either help us to get closer to where we want to go or take us farther away from our desired outcomes. Thoughts and beliefs produce emotion and feelings. Those emotions, whether positive or negative, will lead us to act in a certain way. And sometimes our emotions will even lead us not to act. The sum of all of our actions or inaction is what produces our ultimate results. And I'm not the best person to explain this. If you want to really dive in to this concept, go and study Tony Robbins or Jody Moore or Brooke Castillo. I love the way that they explain this. It's really hard to define what thoughts and beliefs are, but it's a little easier to define what they aren't. You may want to write this part down, okay? So thoughts are not facts. We think that they are. We think that they're true, or else we wouldn't think them, right? But thoughts and beliefs actually are not facts. And we have the ability to choose our thoughts. Sometimes our thoughts and beliefs serve us, and other times they keep us stuck and keep us from progressing toward who we want to be and where we want to go. So these limiting beliefs need to go. The way that I like to do this when I'm struggling or when I'm helping a client that is not progressing the way that they want to, or if they're feeling frustrated and stuck, is to do a thought inventory. So this exercise is found in my PDF workbook, and the first step is to find a quiet moment and get your journal or a piece of paper and just do a brain dump. Take a couple of minutes and just write down everything that you're thinking. All of those stories that you have in your head, write them down longhand. Don't label them as good or bad, just write them down honestly. So no one will read this. You just lay it all out on the table and what you're really thinking. You can throw it away after. Write without reservation. Don't write down feelings right now, though. Just try to identify and isolate the thoughts. So feel free to pause the video now while you go do that. Okay, great. So once you've written down all of your thoughts, take a deep breath. Maybe say a prayer and center yourself. Allow yourself to open your heart, because in step 2, you're going to go through each one of those thoughts one by one, or just choose 1 or 2 of them that are your most limiting beliefs and ask yourself these questions. I invite you to look at the thought or belief objectively, as if it were someone else's. Ask yourself, is this true? Of course you think it's true because you're thinking it, but is it possible that it may not be true? What evidence do you have that supports it? Can you prove this? If you can open up to your mind to the possibility that it may not be true, then you can bust that limiting belief and change it. So feel free to pause the video so you can really take some time and analyze these thoughts and questions I'm asking you about your thoughts. Okay, then ask yourself, how do I feel when I allow myself to think this thought? Give that emotion a name. Is it shame, guilt, fear, worry, discouragement? Or does it make you feel proud, loving, peaceful, and strong? What emotion is it producing in you? So reflect by asking, is this thought helpful? Is it serving me? Will thinking this thought help me to get closer to my goal? Pause the video at any time. Now, what are the consequences of thinking this thought? How is this thought, belief, limiting me from what's possible? How would my life be different if this thought or belief never existed? If I don't change this belief, what will it cost me? So get your journal, write it down, spend some time here. So once you reflect on those questions about that limiting belief, you can now choose. This is step 3. Am I going to keep this thought? Is it helping you? Is it serving you? Or is it a limiting belief, and is it time to let it go? But you can't just leave an empty void. It's important to not only stop thinking limiting beliefs once we realize that they may not be that they may not be true or helpful for us, but we need to replace them with empowering thoughts and beliefs that will help you to act in a way that will produce your desired results and help you to become the person that you want to be. That is step 4. So choose 2 empowering beliefs to replace the old limiting belief. And now it is old as far as I'm concerned, right? Even though it was a minute ago that we believed that. It's an old belief now, and we are not going to think it anymore. We're choosing not to allow ourselves to think that thought anymore. To choose empowering beliefs, ask yourself, what is the opposite of your old belief that you used to believe? What beliefs will make you more proud, grateful, happy, driven, and would make your life more meaningful to you? What are the new beliefs that will make you take a step forward toward your goal? So pause the video and write those down. And then step 5. So prove it. Write down 3 examples of how you already know that your new empowering belief is true. In what way will this new empowering belief change your life for the better? What is your next action step, where you want to go and who you want to be? So write that down. Commit. This exercise can be so insightful and powerful. Our thoughts shape the quality of our life, because the quality of our lives are the emotions that we feel. A person can have wealth and fame and beauty and family and still be miserable if their thoughts are limiting and negative. And the opposite is also true. I lived in Ecuador for a few months when I was 19, and I met amazing families that lived literally naked in the Amazon rainforest. and they lived in open-air huts in the middle of the jungle. They were some of the happiest people that I had ever met. And the quality of our life is not a result of outcomes or possessions. It's our emotions. You don't suddenly become a happy person when you achieve your weight loss goal. A lot of people are disappointed because of that. We think that it will fix all of our problems. You know, our quality of life improves when we improve our thoughts and emotions. The amazing thing about that is that when we improve our thoughts and emotions, we act in a way that produces better results and outcomes. So start here. If you're struggling, do a thought inventory. Discover what thought patterns and beliefs are limiting you and holding you back from reaching your potential, and change them. I know that sounds simplistic, but thoughts are habits. Make it a habit to choose empowering, uplifting, hopeful, loving thoughts. In my church, the 13th article of faith, which is a statement of part of our beliefs, says we believe in being honest, true, chaste, benevolent, virtuous, and in doing good to all men. Indeed, we may say that we follow the admonition of Paul. We believe all things, we hope all things, we have endured many things, and hope to be able to endure all things. If there is anything virtuous, lovely, or of good report, or praiseworthy, we seek after these things. So seek after and fill your minds with goodness, hope, kindness, beauty, and hope. Fill your mind and your heart with those things that uplift you and inspire you to do more and to be more. I don't like toxic positivity. I'm all for feeling and processing negative emotions. It's really not healthy to ignore them. But practicing hope and gratitude is such a powerful habit because it helps to shift our mindset. Tony Robbins says that we have a 2 million-year-old brain that is always looking for what can go wrong, looking for threats and trying to protect us. A daily habit of writing down gratitude helps us to shift that mindset so that we're looking for what is going right, what is going well in your life. I start every coaching session with gratitude and what's going well because of that. Instead of worrying about what could go wrong, let's choose to dwell on what can go right and dream big, make big goals. You can achieve things that seem impossible to you right now. And it starts with your thoughts, with the thoughts that you choose to think and believe. So here are 2 empowering thoughts for you. Okay? I can do hard things and I'm stronger than I know. Okay? Think that thought. Believe it. You really are. When the self-doubt starts to creep in, which is natural, everyone feels it, identify it and notice it. But then push it aside and tell yourself that you can create the life that you want for yourself and that you have the power within you to change. Now, go do it. It's not enough to just know what to do. We have to actually do it and take action today. So take that next action step and point your trajectory towards success. We need sight and vision to achieve extraordinary success. We need sight to look directly in front of us and do the next right thing, the next action step, and we need the vision to know where we're going and what we really want to accomplish. You can do it. So do it. Have a great day. I'll see you next time.